Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel, and anybody that's new, welcome. My name's Debbie, I'm the Crafty Shopper. Today we are going to make a Jenga block garden trellis. We're going to incorporate some Easter stuff. You can actually take some Easter out of it and just make it more of a spring craft. We are going to be using the tumbling tower blocks, aka Jenga blocks, from Dollar Tree. One box comes with 72 blocks. You can find it in the toys section. Sometimes they have them on end caps in Dollar Tree. If you can't find them, you can order them on dollartree.com website. If your store is one of the selected ones, you can get them shipped for free to your local store, so you don't have to pay shipping. I don't know about the quantities. I've heard from different crafters. Some say you have to order a case, and some say the minimum is 3 boxes. So you can just check that online before you decide to order them. Also, too, when you sign on with the Dollar Tree website, they give you 50% off shipping every once in a while, and it just gets delivered to your email. I suggest following up with that. They do it a couple times a year, and they just had one like a week ago and shipped to your home for 50% off if you don't shop in store and you can't find them. Also, too, if you decide to maybe talk to a manager or an associate that's there, they will let you know when maybe they're going to come in, or maybe you can give them your number and maybe will call you when they get some stock in. I know my staff at my couple of Dollar Trees around my house are actually pretty good, and whenever I need stuff, they just let me know, especially when I take pictures and show them and tell them that I'm looking for something. I am going to be using Well Bond. You can find it at a lot of hardware stores. You can find it at Walmart, Amazon, Rona, Lowe's. Nikki says Hobby Lobby. I think there was another crafter that said purple something, and I'm trying to remember the name. I can't remember what the purple something was. I'll have to, if I remember to see it again, to write it down. That's my preference of glue. I know Dollar Tree does sell wood glue. I do not suggest using hot glue at all because your build will fall apart. You need to use wood glue to make sure that it sticks. And I only suggest hot glue if you want to glue a couple pieces on, but I don't suggest it for a full build. And the blocks don't, when you glue the blocks together, they don't seal properly, so you will have kind of a little bit of a thing. Blocks won't line up, especially if you're doing different parts of a build. Now, they do come in the brown box, and they still, recently I end up getting a case and they came in a blue box. So they might be 2 different boxes that you might see. And I use my handy dandy L-shaped carpenter ruler, which is found in the hardware section. I use this when I'm gluing my blocks together just because they keep them nice and straight when you're gluing them together. I use my desk mat from IKEA, and it works great. And when I'm gluing my blocks, it doesn't stick. I do have little spots every once in a while, and I just buff them out. This is just protects my table that I work on. And when I'm gluing them, I can just move them around like that, making sure and keep gluing sections of my build. I do partial pre-gluing to certain sections. Only for we don't want a 3-hour video of putting something together. If you do have any questions, you're always more than welcome to message me in the comments here. I'm more of a visual person, so if you're stuck on anything, you can head over to my Crafty Shopper, the Crafty Shopper page on Facebook, and as well on Instagram. So we're going to start off with the base of the trellis. And you're going to start off with 6 blocks, but we're not going to do them that way. And you're going to glue 6 just like that. And you're going to keep rows. And as you go along, we have 1 row of 6. And I'm just going to move them because I pre-glued, but I haven't done the section. It's going to end up like this. And you're going to need all together, there's 1 row, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. I'm going to glue these all together, and this will be, the base will be 42 blocks in total. All right, so we're going to start the back of the trellis. We are going to use 36 blocks for the back of the trellis. We're going to need, just like we did with the base, the 1 row. So you need a row of 6, and you need 6 of these. I am going to use a ruler up here just to make sure that they're even all the way across. Now this is the back. I am just going to use this part just for my centering when we add it to the base. So we're not counting this row at all. This is just to place them down. We're not gluing them to this piece here. So we're going to do the first row of 6. You're just going to place it right there. It's just for placement. This is what this is, just for placement. Second row, right in the middle of each block. Now this is, like I said, for placement. Do not glue them to the base. And you just make sure they're nice and even and straight. There's another row. And another row there. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, a row of 6, and 3 rows, or 6 rows, so 36. Then we are going to add another row of 6. We're going to place them. We are going to glue, this is what we're going to glue. We're going to glue right along the lines. So we're going to glue that right there. And you can just put some glue right on each spot. Do another row. Just want to make sure they're centered on both sides, even. Another row. Glue that right like that. And another row. So this base one we first put down was 36, and then we have 5 more rows. So you need 11 rows of 6, and we're just gonna pull that away, and you're gonna let it dry just like that. All right, I left it dry overnight so it's nice and solid. We're gonna attach it now to the base, and I'm gonna do it upright because I wanna make sure that it's level. And you wanna do it, I'm gonna show you here. You wanna make sure the ends of the trellis actually hits the middle of each of the blocks. So I will just, I'll just glue it while I'm showing you. So I don't want to put too much. I'm just going to put some glue there. I'm going to go all the way down. And then you're probably going to need supports for the front and back just to make sure that it sits upright. And then I'm just going to hit it right in the middle. And I'm just going to take a block pack of Jenga right there. And I'm just going to put another box in the front. And then I'm going to let this dry all day. All right, so I did leave this for 6 hours before I left for work this morning. I took both boxes of Jenga blocks, and it's pretty sturdy, as you can see. I am going to do just one more strip of 6 blocks. So I'm just going to recap. So the back row of the trellis is 6 rows of 6, 36, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows, plus we're going to add another row, and the base was 42, so total is 114 for blocks on here. So I'm going to show you where we're going to stick this one. Now if you find that you want to add more stability to it, you could stick extra blocks in here like that for the top and bottom, and you can do that all the way around. I'm just going to do it a little bit different, just one little row. I'm just going to stick a little bit in here, and my glue's not coming out. Just going to put a little bit there, on all this, and I'm making a mess. I think I put it up too high and I'm gonna have to wipe some off. Right on the bottom like that. Then you're gonna take your one strip, oops, I don't want to stick my head over it. And you're just gonna put it centered right here. So it sits on the bottom plus the back, and it just gives that extra support that you'll need just to keep the top and the front. I think it's a good enough anchor that you don't have to do all those extra blocks in the back, and it looks good as well. Now I'm gonna let that dry for a bit. Now it's all about drying time. I know a lot of people sometimes say that it didn't dry, it's falling apart. Just make sure you read the glue, and I've said this at the beginning of the video. As long as you follow the directions for the drying time for the glue, you should not have any problem. Now that I let it dry on, the extra support, I am going to paint it, and I'm just going to use some stain, some dark walnut gel stain. You can paint it whatever color you like, and I'm just going to go with that color. Now that I have it stained, we're going to back one step up, pretend I didn't stain it. I'm going to keep the stain, except I'm going to change the build a little bit because I had an idea and now I kind of switched out my idea. We are going to add one more piece of block. We're not going to strip of blocks, but we're not going to put them this way. We're actually going to put them flip sideways just as a finale, so to speak, topper on it, and just glue it right on like that. I'm going to move this down. And on the base here, we're going to add a box. So the finale is just 6 blocks flat right on top. And then the bottom part, I'll keep it this way. We're going to do 5. And we're going to put it right here. Another 5. And that's just flat right here. Actually, I'm going to turn the box this way, guys, or turn it up this way. So 5 and 5. You're going to glue it on to the back here as well as here. That will be like that. And it gives it extra support for the bottom as well. And then we're going to add a long row of flat, and this will be 18 blocks. And then you're going to make sure that you even the box out on both sides and that it is centered, because it is just a little bit smaller on the sides and just a tad smaller. And then you have almost one row of blocks in the front that I want to keep it like that. So then you're just going to glue those on, and then I'm just going to restain those once those are glued. Now that I finished painting it, because it is a trellis, I am going to add a vine on here. Now this I've had in my stash, and I believe it is from Dollarama. And I'm just going to be looping them just with it wired. I'm just going to keep wrapping it around, and I'm just going to do it all the way from the bottom to the top and maybe across as well. Now I just wrapped them all around, and I really like the look. It really makes it pop, especially with the stain. Now I'm going to incorporate Easter in this one. Off camera, I have been doing a white one that I just want to have a neutral all year round spring one. But we're going to finish this one first. We're just going to use a DT floral form. It does fit in here. The only thing is it's a little bit too high and it's not enough room for here. So I am just going to cut it in half and put the extra foam down. I want to keep it down a little bit. So we're going to add some reindeer moss. We're also going to add a bunny butt, the famous bunny butts from Dollar Tree. And I just have these really pink ones in my floral stash. Floral picks. I have some random cuttings. I'm not sure exactly. I got some tulips here and just some other greenery as well. I'm not sure what I want to use. And I actually found the mushroom, and I'm going to put a mushroom in there too. and just some carrots, and end up, when you put them on the floral foam, I am just going to cut them down so it looks like they're half buried. And I'm just going to finish off the bottom of the box, and then I'll show you it, and then we'll move on to the white one. So I wanted to do something on the bottom front part lip of the box, on the bottom and the front. I have these little pebbles from Dollar Tree. They've been in my stash for a while now, and I just thought it would give it a little bit of a nice look to the front. And I haven't glued them on, but you can just see on that little lip that's hanging out in the front, I just added a bunch. I just placed them on there to see if I really like it, and I prefer that than having nothing on there. I'm just gonna take those off, and I'm just gonna put some matte Mod Podge on it, and then just place the rocks back on, and they should all stick. All right, I was gonna show you the other floral Jenga block lattice one, but we're gonna do that at the end because we're just gonna do this one up quickly. It's the exact same build, and I'm gonna do this. I know I said I was gonna do spring earlier in the video. You can use the succulents if you want to do that inside, but I wanted to try something different because I saw this window decal, and we're going to change this one up. I want to do more of a pastel Easter style, so I still have some of this garland left. I am just going to wrap it around here along the top and down the side. Now that I had it wrapped, I actually just sprayed a little bit of snow spray, artificial snow spray on it, only because I wanted to take the edge off of it being just very prominent green. It just lightens it up just a little bit. Now in the middle part here, there's a couple different things that I was thinking about, whether you wanted to do all vines. I actually had some of these in my stash from last year, which you could put up here with a nice little bow on it. Just a couple ideas that you could do. Now, my Dollar Tree had this window cling, and I'm going to show you what's missing from here. It's an Easter one, and I just really liked it. Now, I did do it already, and it did work, and I didn't know if it was going to work or not. I took the window cling off. I used just one of the Dollar Tree's chopping boards, and then I used some Mod Podge, and I painted the window clean. Now this is the window clean. I painted it on the window clean all the way in the back. I put it on. I wanted to make sure. I played around with it, and I went back to the store so I could show you, and of course there was none left. But I just used my Cricut, you want to call it scraper, and I went on. There's a couple still little air bubbles that I did miss on there, but I think it turned out really well. So once I had that on and I was scraping that off, I just made sure I had a wet rag, because you will get some of the Mod Podge on the top part of the decal, and I just warm water and I wiped it off. I let it dry for maybe 20 minutes. And then all I did was use the scissors and cut it right off the chopping mat. So I want to put it right on the center of this, right in the middle. And I am just going to use, I'm just going to use some Wellbond, and I'm just going to go along each little dowel, if you want to call it, right there, just to glue it down centered. Next thing I want to do is add some ribbon. If you want to leave it plain, you can switch it up from this build, colors, decor. I'm just going to add this Easter egg ribbon from Dollar Tree. I'm just going to put it right in the middle, and I'm just going to use on both sides. Just going to paint some Mod Podge and just stick it right on, glue it to both sides. Now that I got that on the lip right here, like I did with the previous one that I put some stones, I wanted a little bit more color to it. So I'm just going to add some of the Dollar Tree, I think aquarium vase filler rocks. I'm just going to add and just use the matte Mod Podge again and just put them on the edge of the front of the tray. Okay, now that we got the rocks on, Gonna use some flock DT bunnies just on either side. They fit right in the box. I did put some floral form on underneath just a little bit to give it a little bit rise. Gonna use some decorative shred from Dollar Tree. Now the only thing is when you get it, it's really long like that, and I've already chopped some up, and I'll just chop up some a little bit more, but I'm just taking scissors and making them a little bit shorter so they're not just so string-like. I'm gonna put that in there as opposed to the reindeer moss. Now I wanted to use something similar colors that are in the trellis, and these were just off of the garland from DT. I just end up cutting this open and taking a couple of the eggs off. So I'm just gonna put that in there with the bunnies and put a couple eggs. Now I'm just gonna move this all to the side. I just wanted to show you one more thing. I'm gonna take the bunnies out so they don't fall over, and I'm just trying to find something. So on the top of one corner, I just have this little bow that I made. I'm not the best bow maker by any means, but I had this that I had it on another project before, and I just want to put it right on the top corner just for a little something something. I think will look nice just to finish this off. I am just going to put this all together and then show you both the trellises together. All right, so here is the first one all finished. I did switch out the pink flowers for the pink tulips. I thought it just fit a little bit better, and the cute bunny butt as always. I'm just gonna show you the other one. All right guys, here's the last one that we did. I think it turned out really well. The added bow is just a little bit something, like I said, and I just love the pastel colors that are together. Which one do you guys like? Let me know in the comments. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so. Give me a thumbs up. It helps me with the analytics. And any YouTuber that you guys watch, please give them a thumbs up and a comment in their comment section as well. It does take time for us to upload and make videos for you guys, and we really do appreciate it. Happy crafting. See you guys soon. Bye.